Here we go. We got, I'll just do the little intro here. We've got 2v2 final. Now, this is called the LingHe Invitational, maybe LingHe Invitational. Basically,
yep.
$8,000 to $9,000 2v2. And it's been happening. I've been away. Other things have been happening. I don't think a lot of people realize this has been happening, which is a shame because there's been good games. Been watching you, Dave, cast some of it. And we end up with probably the favorites in the final. We've got China and we've got Vietnam. Now, Yo is over here in the yellow. He's very well known, of course, and he's going to be teaming up with, I assume this is Vivi. I don't know. Is it Lix, maybe? Because he's played with Lix before.
Dashboard. No, yeah. it is Vivi. It's not Lix. It is Vivi. I have to change my title, bro.
Well,
they pulled
Vivi
the switch up for the finals.
Well, I was going to say Vivi didn't play in the playoffs at all, so they bring Vivi in. And then on the other side, we got Hope, which I'll rename in Capture Age because most people are like, they don't know this is Hope. Very good Vietnamese player. And then you got ACCM, who's like, you know, the king of Vietnam. So should be good. The main thing I want to mention when you're looking at civs throughout the whole best of 7, right off the bat, they picked civs for the opponent in their draft. So we are going to see less of like the elite picks and potentially some really funky matchups as we go through this.
Yeah, it's really fun. And, you know, it's, I think, a big skill to kind of manage these bad civs and figure out where you can slot them in.
Yeah.
So Vikings are okay on Team Game Arabia if you're going to be playing into archers, right? Obviously, they have a good eco, but really not a dominant civ on a land map late game. So you probably don't want to get there where the Vikings have to carry. Same kind of thing with Slavs, right? Like they're missing Bombard Cannon, so they can struggle against a civ like Dravidians if they have that matchup. Romans kind of in the same camp, good eco, but late game, not very good. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I think the Romans are going to play Cav, Dravidians are going to play archers, and then Slavs playing Cav, and Vikings, as always, just playing into mass amounts of crossbow, archer, arbalist.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's like typically you want a paladin civ. Neither civ gets paladin, but they max out at least a cavalier. Otherwise, you want an insane archer civ. Both these civs have archer civs, but they're just maybe not the very best archer civs. So it evens out in the end. The thing I'm curious on is the coordination between the teams. Like Vivi and Yo have played so many games together, and I obviously hope and ACCM have put in the hours too. And this isn't the first team game tournament they're playing together, but like there's a very big difference in the amount of games played with these teams. Hope is like kind of next generation Vietnam, I would say, kind of newer, fresher player. So I wonder what the coordination is going to be like, right? Like, are they going to be separate from each other? And is that going to be intentional? Or are they going to be like armies right next to each other, working themselves across the map to punish China here? We'll see.
I did hear from a Vietnamese community member yesterday, and he said that Hope doesn't have a computer at his place currently. So he played a best of 5 Vietnamese tournament final and then a best of 7 2v2 set, which I cast yesterday, from an internet cafe. I told you that. Like, guy was there for 10 hours, dude. Like, how many coffees or beer do you have to buy before they kick you out? You know, you just...
I wonder as well, like, if word spreads as well, right? Like, okay, this guy's playing like a legitimate tournament. Like, if you're in an internet cafe, you're probably not in the presence of a pro gamer, right? So there might have been a little bit of hype, right? That could be distracting, a bunch of people looking over your shoulder and stuff. That's cool, though. I know there's a really big internet cafe culture in Vietnam, from what I understand. So, but we got players on the way to feudal here.
We don't really understand that. Growing up, the European players or Asian players would always talk about internet cafes.
Yeah,
and how they would go hang out there with their friends and stuff, and it always sounded to me like the coolest thing ever.
It really did.
Growing up, we never had those, dude. I don't remember a single one.
For me, it was like we would just go over to a buddy's house in the neighborhood and just huddle in their room and play a game there. But no internet cafe. And then it kind of led to like us feeling like, oh, except for me and my buddy, we're alone. Nobody likes video games. You know, there was no hangout spot. So just double checking the gold position. So we have the archer players playing more towards the north. Both players have actually really terrible golds for the long run if they don't lock it down. Hope's going to build out in front.
I love the timing from
Vivi's
Hope.
gonna do
Look
the
at how
same.
late Vivi is. Vivi went out up 20 pop
Yeah, true.
in a 2v2 team game to play archers with a forward gold. Like, he's going to have to play defense here. I know the Dravidians can go up a little bit sooner because they get that extra 200 wood.
Yeah.
But, like, the timing from Hope, he's going to have 2 archers out before the ranges even finish from Vivi here.
I could be really wrong on this call out, but I think like Hope just now sees the range, right? And his ranges are about to complete and produce archers. Here's the coordination, ACCM and Hope. And you better believe that they're like talking big time about this. I wouldn't mind the like 2 archers, 2 spearmen or something just going over to Yo right now. You know Vivi's not going to be a problem immediately. Vivi's probably going to be the player that's more prone to tower. But it is risky as well. By the time you make it over there with a couple archers, Yo might be walled up. So it's always tough to make the call.
I mean, he can see the status on the ranges, and he can see the gold here.
Yeah. Dude, I love
So-
how nerdy they're being here with these scouts. Look at
Yes.
how much they're making Vivi work. They're like, okay, Vivi, you didn't play in any of the other sets. You could sometimes be a little slow to start compared to some other players. So let's harass.
This guy sucks. Yeah, let's target him.
I love it.
Here come the scouts immediately from ACCM, too. Just waypoint set on Vivi's base.
Yep.
They're going to try and do damage to him, but Vivi's Spearman actually gets a good hit there, and Yo's also got his waypoint. All the attention is fixed over here onto our red player, as we already have 5 archers on the field. Fletching already coming in for Hope, but he needs to now meet up with ACCM, because Yo could intercept these archers. Vivi could be coming across as well. He hasn't found that early timing. He's going to have to wait to meet up with his buddy.
Yeah, I really like it. Answers the question for me on how coordinated they were going to be. I saw like 2 signals on the minimap, and those scouts were hovering around Vivi's base. At the same time, like Vivi and Yo, for that matter, are both really good at being patient players. They never kill anybody early. It's all about the mid game. And I like the walls from Vivi. It's actually perfect to just protect what he needs for now. And he's being safe at home. And same for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo isn't going to be attacked, it seems. And you saw the signal from Hope there. Hope saying, hey, let's attack here. But they show up and, like, even though it's 2 armies versus 1, Vivi can probably hold from this on his own for now.
He doesn't have fletching yet, so he needs to keep his archers back. I agree with you completely. The walls from Vivi here are amazing. The way he put his production buildings across just protects that gold so well.
Yeah.
And now he knows that those archers are coming to the backside of the wood line. Fletching's going to be in. And no opportunity for damage on this side. Great walls from all the players, actually. Really locking it down very early.
Yeah, Mr. Yo is going to bring the scouts over and try and support here. He does have the fastest farming civ in the game, so like, he'll be pretty happy that he hasn't taken any damage here. Vivi loses an archer. But Hope has a lot of those archers still back at home. They haven't seen Yo here, so they might get really confident, but they might also sense that if Vivi's coming out, that there must be support, and there's
They see
Mr.
him.
Yo.
Yeah, Vivi lost 2 archers, so he's even further behind now on the mass. It's 8 archers for him, it's 12 for Hope. And Vivi's got to be careful he doesn't get pulled out of position. He's got 1 weirdo archer, doesn't get sniped. They're moving forward, but this might be an opportunity for Hope and ACCM to kind of bait them into a bad position in this middle, especially with all these hills around.
Yo's going to go for some big upgrades here, I think. He's just gotten armor.
He's got armor.
But he might also think about attack. He might also think about bloodlines. Typically in these 2v2 Arabia games, this will be different on other maps, but it's all about the archer player carrying. Because if the archer player gets a lead, they could just double or triple down on numbers. Really tough for the knight player to engage. Though it does depend. Like, that's a style thing. I think many teams, like let's say France for whatever, they're going to win it through the archers. But I've seen a lot of games too where Mr. Yo's going to win it through the stable units.
And it's all about link-up play in 2v2 Arabia. And I love the fact that ACCM and Hope are still pressuring, but I don't like the fact that they've been cut off.
Yeah.
And they have to go all the way around, right? So they're going to keep moving. They won't even stop to pick at the villagers because they know that's going to be a problem. Forging on the way now for Yo. We've got bloodlines on the way for ACCM. That's a good engagement from Yo. He takes out a lot of archers, and ACCM has to fight this in order for the archers to get away, and this is a disaster for Vietnam.
Yeah, they got cut off exactly like you said, and they couldn't really recover it. And Mr. Yo had a really nice engage there, kind of slid through the archers with the stand grounds. And honestly, in the end, I think This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be 30 seconds ago. I thought that maybe Hope would lose all of his archers, but he did a good job running away there. And this is still something that's frustrating for China. You got to chase this down. And even though Vivi's got the numbers lead, if Hope can just kite side to side, he should be okay. So not too bad in the end.
Hope still has more archers overall. And ACCM has almost all the upgrades. Yo has full upgrades. And look at that little maneuver from Hope. You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
He just deked back in here, and now Vivi is completely lost. He doesn't know where Hope's archers are. He's got to worry about them coming back towards the berries. That was a really, really nice move.
Yeah, Vivi's... I can't tell if he's intentionally checking with one or two tailing archers, just looking for this.
They're
but
looking
yeah,
for him.
They're looking for him. It's not going to be back there, dude. And I honestly, if you're Hope, you've already done the job. Like, you just want these archers and these scouts away from your team. We'll see if he gets any kills here. Actually, that's a really nice re-wall from Vivi. If he didn't re-wall, these archers might have been through.
Go in with the archers. Go in. Go in.
Oh, Vivi saw it. Oh, but there's a hole there. What? How is there a hole there?
So much value for an army that should be dead right now.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, killing civils is good. I'm not the biggest fan of trading army for the archer player. You do still want that archer mass for Castle Age. So I think Vivi will actually be pretty happy with that, especially because he's Vikings and has free wheel. His eco will still be strong. He's on the way to Castle Age faster than Hope. Hope maybe went too heavy with the numbers too early. He's waiting to click up here, and oh, this is painful. To not have a market and be sitting here at 750 food is painful.
Yeah, he's had a lot of idle TC time as well, so he kind of needed those 3 villager picks. And remember, Vikings had wheelbarrow this whole time, so Vivi's eco is actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
he's going to try and stretch forward. They've got some really decent archer numbers as Castle Age comes in for both of the Vietnamese players, but faster for China. We haven't even looked at Yo's base.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
They didn't even attempt to go over towards Yo.
Dude, look at the gold.
ACCM.
Look at the gold for ACCM. That is going to be such a problem. Let's see if Yo notices it. Okay, Yo sees it now, and he's probably like, perfect. Because Vivi's on the way. Vivi's about to reach Castle Age. This could be... this could be really, really bad for ACCM. To not have gold means he cannot make knights, and the archers for Vivi are about to get their upgrades.
And he sold his stone too, so he can't make a tower there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that castle time is gonna just worry him so much. I think you might want to try and take a risk and go to a back gold, but maybe you just don't plan on making knights and you're just planning on light cav. He does have a lot of scouts.
He's at Hope space. Hope is coming across to help his ally. He's got to be very careful not to get cut off, and at the same time, Vivi is at his wood line.
Crazy.
Oh, he noticed it. Nice.
Dude, it's like the start to feudal age. Vietnam pressuring. Vivi was just able to soak up the pressure, still have this good of a castle time. And now he's harassing Hope. Hope has to leave his full wood line, which is adds a lot of inefficiencies. And then ACCM has to leave his gold and go to the back gold.
Could be a reversal here, though. We see this army from Vietnam sneaking up behind the military from Vivi, and they take the fight before the Castle Age upgrades are in, and it's a great fight. That's a great judgment call from Vietnam. Wow.
Yeah, agreed. They needed something big, and I think if they waited any longer, it just gives Yo and Vivi too much time. Great clear up, and credit to ACCM as well. Just made so many scouts here. I don't think they were ever expecting scouts of all things to be a problem. Hope is still able to take his gold. We'll drop a second town center at home. And I wonder if Yo is going to check that back gold. He scouted it, and yeah, there's a TC coming up now.
Yeah, ACCM is going to need to wall this off. He is tracking it with some scouts. Those are weak from Mr. Yo, and good quick walls from ACCM. He's going to catch up and clear those up.
Yeah, really well played.
Beautiful job done from them. I think, like, Vivi was just sitting up there with the crossbows, and he was thinking, okay, they're not going to engage until they're Castle Age. I would suspect they were very surprised by the fact the archers and the scouts collapsed there and cleared his whole mass at the front of ACCM's base.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do think Vivi, just some small things he did there was really good. He did focus down only the archers because he knew he was going to lose his army. Engagement from ACCM and from Hope. Is that enough? This is against knights, and it's light cav cannot compete with the knights. It's also not the biggest crossbow mass, and this is where Mr. Yo really comes into the fold here. He's got 11 knights already with full armor, and he's got the second town center coming up, and he pushes his back on his own.
Good micro from Vietnam, all things considered, but Mr. Yo believing in his upgrades. He's trying to take out this army. He's actually lost quite a few knights. Meanwhile, Vivi killing a villager finally in Hope space. Couple villagers, actually. And still just applying a lot of pressure over there.
Hope's kind of struggling for consistent army numbers. He's 3 ranges, but he has not been producing out of these ranges. And the main issue for him has not actually been the gold. It's been his wood lines. He's had to move wood lines so consistently. I think it also added the TC, which isn't bad, right? You do need eco at some point, but I think at the state that he was in, he had to choose army or town center, and that now we're seeing the difference here. I also,
if you look at the res collected, Vikings have just been carrying Vivi really hard. I mean, he's at the same level as Yo and ACCM right now for res collected.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, look at the upgrades. Or the lack of upgrades for Hope. Like, Hope doesn't have ballistics yet, which typically you'd want. So this is really hard work now. You know your opponent's got ballistics. You have to just dodge. It's actually been really impressive. If you could just re-patrol those other crossbows, he'll clear it up.
Yeah. Finally clears it up. Loses another villager, though. Is only at 42 villagers. Vivi's got the Vil lead with 55. So a good follow-up for him after a bit of a slow start. And they're pushing Yo's base, and there's no help to be found from Hope. He's just not there.
That's crazy. Yo playing so good from here. Even seeing a monastery at home to either heal up weak knights or maybe just go for some relics. This is how it works, guys. In a team game, if you... a team game on Arabia, at least. If you underperform with army, it's not you that feels it. Your opponent feels it. Or sorry, your ally feels it, right? So like this is all the consequence of Hope struggling to keep up with Vivi. And the patience from China here too, Dave, just to sit there. They're like, all right, you got to show us something because you need that gold eventually. Taking down the houses is still a lot of value.
And yeah, it's stalling out the farms on the front side as well. Hope still doesn't have ballistics. So good luck trying to take these crossbow battles in the center. He can't even get to ACCM to help him.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, he's kind of boxed off there. And I mean, his micro has been exceptional. But now Mr. Yo has a decision to make. He had an option there to go after those crossbows, but China just staying together. Because they know, like, we have a superior eco. We don't need to change the situation at all. Even early handcart now from Yo.
I mean, they are pretty far behind on eco, Team Vietnam, but the nature of 2v2s, and I've seen it many times in these sets, one big fight can change everything.
Yeah.
Even if you're 30 villagers behind, right? If you can clear this up, if they take a bad engagement, you can snowball your way to victory. It's looking rougher and rougher by the second, though, because 3 TC for both of the Chinese players with fantastic economies. Both of them have handcart right now. I know the Vikings get it for free, but great macro from Mr. Yo.
If this was us, Dave, if we were a team together, I would... And I was the crossbow player, I would not tell you I need to wait for ballistics.
Oh, no. Radio silence.
Yeah, because you'd be like, wait, you don't have ballistics yet? Like, what's happening? Big fight, though. No ballistics, but that might not be that big of a factor if the crossbows are just firing on the knights, because the knights are standing still. HP is saying this is very close right now. I think that ACCM had the hill for a bit longer, and maybe Vietnam could actually clear this. Wow.
Yeah. The crossbows have been... The crossbows from Hope were focusing down the knights. The crossbows from Vivi were shooting the crossbows from Hope, which is generally good, but there was a lot of overkill from Vivi. Because he had like 20 crossbows all shooting the same crossbow unit, and it only takes, 6 or 7 to kill it.
Mr. Yo also
and there was a lot more damage coming out from Hope.
Mr. Yo also still at his rally point forward. Yeah, there you would be like, bro, you'd get ballistics, because you'd see those weak knights get away. But Mr. Yo's going to have his work cut out for him here to defend, while Vivi's on the way to Imp. If Vivi can make it to Imp and still have big army numbers, this is where the crossbow player can win you the game. He just needs some support, and there's just enough there from Yo.
You can also sling once you're in Imp. So that has been the play for the Vikings player in all of these sets. It's just been carry with crossbow numbers, and then once you get to Imp, you sling your opponent. I don't think Yo needs any sling, to be honest, because his eco is crazy, but it is there.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement there. So, okay, so you can... I assume in all games you can only sling once you're in Imp?
Once you're Imp.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good, because otherwise we might see a decent amount of sling in some of the more closed maps. which can be fun every once in a while. But if it happens every game, it can get a little bit bland after a while.
Ballistics is in. Let's go. It's a little late, though.
Uh-oh. Mr. Yo worried about himself here. And those crossbows. Oh, they actually found a really nice spot. A pond is exactly what you want here if you're crossbows, so the knights can't surround you. But with the crossbows from Hope on the other side, that's not too bad. Yo with a couple knights over at Hope space, I don't think that's an issue for Hope at all. So, yeah, need to find a big fight right now if you're ACCM and Hope.
The problem for me is just the villager difference, the eco difference, right? It's not even about the timings.
Yeah.
It's not even about the fact that Vivi is going to have an upgrade advantage. It's just the fact that ACCM is still at 69 villagers. We look at Yo, 91. Vivi, 95.
Yeah, it's just so impressive. And like, it's crazy to me. Like, Vivi hasn't pretty much played any of the playoffs in this tournament. I guess, like, maybe because it's the final, maybe Yo is like, all right, sorry, Licks. Like, we gotta be sure we're on lock here, but we might see them rotate in some other players there. Game 1
GT before even a big
to
clear
China.
Up. That's a bad sign, man. I mean, I think they played okay. It was just Vivi and Yo they played great.
Yeah, no,
and they just kind of overwhelmed them.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting, but you typically see if the nerdy little moves in early feudal, the super fast ranges, anything that is intended to do damage quickly, if that doesn't pan out, oftentimes the other team ends up winning. And in this case for Hope, thought he had a good game, but his early numbers didn't accomplish what he wanted. And his eco was just never as clean as Vivi's here. A lot of that is the Viking difference. But yeah, still, what I loved is just the patience from China. It's like they walled up, they kept Vivi safe, and then they just applied so much consistent pressure to ACCM. ACCM did his very best. I couldn't ask anything more of him. But like, how's he supposed to compete with Yo when he gets pressured like that? Here we are. So we've got a very snowy version of this map. I don't think I've ever actually seen.
I've never seen that.
The snowy version of this.
I like it. Cool.
Looks very nice, but look away from the snow at the start. We've got players positioned in asymmetrical situations here. The key here is you got the back player who can take advantage of the fish, and there's a lot of fish. So for Vietnam, I'm expecting that ACCM will probably take advantage of that. For China, you've got Yo, and Yo is likely going to take advantage of it. But then it's like the front players, they're left to their own devices. And the boars and the deer, everything's super close together. And then long-term, Dave, it's the wood lines. Because all the big wood is up on the hill.
Yep, we'll see how much... Ooh, there's a lame immediately. And Hope gets the downhill hit against that boar. So he's taking a little bit of less damage in return. And he's bringing it back towards his TC right now.
Yeah, a couple interesting things here. Also, the villagers have been spotted. So Vivi, we speculated, might want to lame. He's getting loom, and he's bringing 2 vills and an eagle. But not having your boar here is going to be relatively painful.
Hope was going out for his own boar, and then had to re-aggro the boar that he stole from Vivi. So he actually might not get this boar here, which Vivi is going to lame now with these 2 villagers.
That's fine, though. If he kills your boar out here, I think you're okay with it. You still got 2 boars underneath your TC. He is going to still try and stop this. If Vivi's got a wall and attack the boar at the same time.
Take it.
And Hope got it.
He got it, dude. He got it. So the 2 villagers forward from Vivi, I mean, they've been annoying, but they haven't really accomplished anything yet.
Yeah, that's not what he wanted at all there. At 3 boars for Hope. Hope also researched loom, so he'll have that in any Vill Wars. The thing that Vivi's going to have to decide on now is how much he commits to this. Because typically, if you go forward with 2 vills and it doesn't work out, we see a lot of people double and triple down and just keep sending villagers because your start's already so bad and you need to hurt something on the other team. Not bad.
Villager goes down from Hope. I'm looking for the scout from Mr. Yo. I think he's just pushing deer.
Yep.
He's doing this. Dude.
Yep.
I was like, what? Where is that scout? We've got excellent link-up play here from ACCM and Hope with ACCM scout being over there. And Yo is just calmly pushing deer on the other side. Vivi loses his eagle. Hope is down 1 villager, but he's up a boar.
Honestly, I would just place a lumber camp on one of these wood lines on the right if I'm Hope. That's still a lot of
Yes.
wood.
They're big enough.
And then you're not in a position where you can be found and harassed. For Yo, though, I mean, he's pushed deer and he's Burgundians. He's got his early wood upgrade. And because ACCM had to assist, ACCM hasn't been able to push the deer. So
I like this from Vivi. Hope should be saying, listen, I haven't seen those vills in a while.
yeah.
And he's coming over towards the pocket player. Will ACCM notice this in time? He's going to villager fight. He doesn't have loom yet.
Oh, God. His villager on the boar. His villager on the boar. ACCM loses a vill.
ACCM! No, dude.
Things
happen, man. Things happen, even for the best.
Well, this is why this strat is kind of good, right? Just look at Vietnam. You've got Hope sending 2 vills to come support. You've got ACCM who lost a vill. And then Mr. Yo's got the perfect start. He's taking no losses, and he's got a lead. So, like, this game is not about it looking good for Vivi. It's about this looking good for Yo. And so far, even though it didn't start amazing, and he loses another villager, I'm still really happy with this. I think Vivi needs to send more vills. Just continue to commit to this.
I remember when this, didn't we play a 3v3 tournament where this was one of the maps? We did.
Yes.
And I remember your prep talk for this was, just keep sending vills, man. Just like you could be 10 pop. Just keep sending vills forward. We need to grief the wood lines. Like,
I don't remember. I think we won. But I was
not from that strat.
Not from that strat, yeah. And then remember that one player I showed you who would, like, on multiple maps would vill rush from the forward positions? Yeah, I think they ended up winning that tournament. Yeah, anyways, here comes Vivi. Because, again, the idea is, like, Vivi's not going to have a good eco, especially without a boar. So he just needs to do everything he can to make sure that Hope doesn't have a clean eco.
He is outnumbered.
And
she needs to run.
And she's on the move there. I'm still wondering what Yo does here. Because, like, he's pretty far away and he's got fish. And the fish as well are pretty far away. So while there are multiple players with docks, it's not very easy to get any navy over there. It feels risky, but maybe it's worth the risk to go fast castle if you're Yo. Get to Cavalier and Castle H with the Burgundians.
Great information coming in here from Paradox. He says, USA lost to Taiwan in 3 minutes in Sax Nations Cup on this map.
Host of USA Cup is bringing that up. Are you kidding me? Bro.
Were you on that team?
Not important.
Oh. Yo, Scout finally comes in and he snipes the villager at 1 HP, but loses the Scout to the TC. Barrack's going up for Vivi forward. He's going to lose another villager. Great job from Hope. And Militia already coming out from Hope, and he's on the way to the feudal age.
Yeah, it's going to be Militia from Vivi too, though, so it's going to be Phil Rush and Militia. This brings me back to what I said, though. I think that Hope just needed to take another wood line. But I guess he has walled this up, and while he's maybe going to lose a couple more villagers, he is going to have man-at-arms soon, so...
I wonder if he remembers these 2 vills that are chasing this, or if he's just going to die to the TC. He remembers, okay.
Vivi's eco is horrible. His deer villagers are currently attacking, so he's not taking the deer. He's out of food underneath the TC. Like, Vivi might never see feudal age this game.
Does he go right to Yo with these villagers? No, he's going to keep attacking Hope, and I think he's going to get cleared up here if Hope gets the men-at-arms upgrade. It's just feudal age so much faster.
Yeah, I mean, ACCM has time to wall this time. The communication's definitely there this time, though it wasn't the other time. Again, if you're ACCM, you do not tell your teammate you lost a villager to a boar. You got to keep morale high here. I like this from Hope, actually. I think it's okay to chase this down with man-at-arms. Man-at-arms are so fast. You could hopefully clear this and then give ACCM a little bit more room to breathe.
And you don't know that Vivi's not up yet. You might suspect that he's not up, but if he ever does get up, then ACCM's going to have a much bigger problem than
100%.
just repairing some of these walls, right? So you got to clear this up for your pocket. Mr. Yo's still untouched, by the way, and he's going for a blacksmith in his stable immediately.
Oh my god, dude. This is not good for Vivi. I mean, it is good in the sense that he's harassing 2 people in a way. Actually, grouped up around the man-at-arms very nicely there. He might end up killing them all, but he doesn't have a lot left. And he's also losing his militia underneath, and the villager underneath Hope's TC, so...
That Phil body is so sad, man. Very clearly just forgot about it, right? He's trying to pull the licks right now, Vivi. He's just trying to distract, and he's hoping that Yo can carry through. But I mean, Yo is going just Castle Age. He's just going FC.
Yeah, dude. I kind of like it here. And he's got the nice fish boom. He could still add more, and he's the only Civ that can make Cavalier and Castle Age. So, I mean, Vivi's going to take losses, but Yo is not taking any. And ACCM, who's also trying to go Castle Age, will be later to the Knights, if that's his plan. It might be Camels at this point.
Interesting that both of them went for that strat. I mean, just they saw the all-in from Vivi, and they decided, okay, can't really help out with scouts at this point. Hope's going to clear that up, and Yo's looking at that and thinking, okay, can't really help out that much either. Why is there a forward blacksmith?
I just noticed it.
I was trying to form a thought, dude. I see a forward
That was
blacksmith
so funny.
from ACCM.
I clicked it the second you said something. And the pause we have here is given us a moment to notice this. I think ACCM is thinking about a forward dock to disrupt the fish. But I mean, yeah, it's really out of place, and there's a chance if Yo's paying attention that gets spotted. But that villager walked a freaking long way, dude. You could look at his path in the Fog of War. He's been walking most of his life there. But I think I'm just thinking about how this game plays out. I would tell Hope to just make spears and stay in feudal, because if you can just make enough to assist ACCM against the Cav spam, I think that works out. And you can't send resources. It's not like you can deviate into a sling now. And you're not going to make it to Castle Age, so you might as well just make a crap ton of spearmen as far as I'm concerned.
Dude, Vivi's eco is awful. My man has 7 farms in the Dark Age, hasn't clicked up yet. He's got 200 food in the bank. He is going to be in Dark Age for a while.
Okay, critical moment here. ACCM walking. He doesn't know about the dock positions. Yo will have a bit of time to spot this. Yo's not necessarily looking back here, though, right? Because, like, he's looking at the front.
Oh, ACCM sneaky with it.
Yeah, he is actually...
Saw the dock.
Look at Yo scouting with a fishing ship. That might be looking for forward docks. And oh my freaking god. Okay, no, it can be spotted, but ACCM finds a pretty good dock spot. Might be hard for Mr. Yo to notice that.
Hope still trying to kill villagers, and the villagers block off the men-at-arms. But Vivi is off of the wood line, so his eco gets even worse. Disaster for Vivi right now.
The crazy thing about 2v2, though, is this is still very winnable, because it's all about Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is going to be in Castle Age a full minute faster than ACCM. And Mr. Yo does notice the sneak dock, so he's got 2 docks. He can immediately Q2 Hawks, which should keep his fish safe. And, like, I know it looks bad for Vivi, but Hope can't have man-at-arms and villagers around here that much longer. Because the second units show up, as my capture age is struggling to catch up with the game, everything dies here.
It's not a great situation still for Vivi. He's going to lose 2 villagers to the men-at-arms. We've got knights coming in from Mr. Yo. The tower will go down. Hope will retreat. And now is the time to start adding mass amounts of spearmen, like you said. ACCM is contesting with the docks forward, but he lost that villager.
Wow, loses the Vill, and I think if Mr. Yo continues to produce Hawks there, things could be very good. This is now a game where the front player is kind of like an emotional support player more than anything. they're both kind of dead. At least Hope can make spears, though. In hindsight, if I were to play this myself, I would tell the forward player to go Armenian so they could go pikemen in this situation. But yeah, here's the knight.
He's going to tower the wood line as well from Hope. Wow.
Is it worth trying to tower ACCM's wood line, I wonder? Probably a bit ambitious. But there's the warships upgrade, which I wasn't expecting to see, but I guess it makes sense for Yo. And the knights are running in, and it's going to be camel defense for ACCM, which really nice. He has a camel civ here. Sometimes you just go for knight civs, and the cavalier would win there.
Wonder if there's any opportunities to do damage to maybe Yo's woodline. Looks like he's about to overchop. Could
Bro.
send those knights over there. Maybe force a distraction. Yo looking for picks. He's not finding them. The tower's
Vivi,
about to go up for Vivi.
Vivi docked on ACCM's fish. I don't know how he got there, but he is there. So that's something that
Dude,
ACCM has to worry about.
Are we certain that this is actually Vivi and not Licks playing on Vivi's account?
True.
Because this game is very Licks, dude. This is very, very Licks.
Mr. Yo needs quick walls. He did have some time to maybe sense that the units were coming forward. Nice quick walls, though. He does have enough army to chase that down. TC will be protected. Tower goes up there on Hope's wood line. Yo also still in ACCM's base. ACCM waiting for that army to show up on the golds. And he has the camels there to defend. Very nice work from both players to defend.
But Vivi's going to be hitting his fish soon. And ACCM realizes right away he gets the warships upgrade. And he's going to try and defend with hulks of his own. Nice shot from him.
But
his hulks forward won't be able to find that many fish, though.
Yep. Took the words from me there. I think he will take those down, which means maybe Yo could fish boom a little bit more. And it's about to be 3 town centers here for Yo. So again, team population ahead for Vietnam. But if you look at Yo's population, I think it's going to scale a little bit ahead of ACCM here.
Hope's on the way to Castle Age with a decent amount of spears.
True.
That's actually really nice. I think Hope has played this game quite well so far.
Well, from the start as well, right? Like taking the boar, dealing with the lame. He ended up getting 3 boars. Has enough spears. Those spears are really strong. So yeah, Hope's played great. And pretty soon it might actually just be Mr. Yo. Because Vivi's still pretty far away from Castle Age. And he's exposed against some of this pressure soon.
ACCM killed 2 fishing ships. He's still like sailing around with those 2 boats being very annoying, and he has countered the pressure already from Vivi on the water.
Yeah, well played. And I also come back and I think kill the dock villager, but oh wow, Vivi, he tries to get the quick wall there. Vivi's not the player I think of when I think quick walls. And villager goes down on the back.
Lose it. I will look at the Eco KD right now. Vivi has lost 13 vills this game. Yikes.
Yeah, it is funny though, right? Like everyone would associate this style with Licks, but we don't know. Like maybe Licks isn't available today or whatever. But I think Vivi, he's done a good job considering how brutal the start was. And just how it tends to go. Hope does lose a lot of his spearmen. He had a group of like 8. And you could see Yo sending weak knights back there.
And he weakened a bunch of those knights. So he stalled it out quite a bit. And now he's in Castle Age. Unfortunately, misses out on the pikeman upgrade on all of those spears. Oh my god, Hope is in the back of Yo's base.
Yeah, I saw that. But also Vivi with the random tower on ACCM's woodline is kind of funny too. Dude, this is just complete chaos. This is why this map is so good. There's so many different ways to play it. It's got to be very confusing, though. For anyone who just walks in here, they're looking at all these dots in areas they're not used to seeing them. Still feel like Mr. Yo can carry from here. He's got a lot of monks. He's got 3 town centers. The siege is going to be a factor eventually from Hope, but Hope is going to need some military to back it up. And Vivi's not done on water either, so his dock is still there to harass. At the same time, though, so is ACCM. With more on water.
Yo hasn't... I've been watching. Yo hasn't really been fishing at all. He's just had these fishing ships garrison.
Yeah.
At least ACCM is actively fishing this whole time.
The vills from ACCM building all these side docks has been pretty incredible. By the way, there is also a random neutral dock.
A neutral dock. Yeah. No one's traded to it yet. I've been waiting for it. There's been some opportunities.
Yo's going to bring his cav through the middle now after healing them up. That'll head over to ACCM's TC area. Which still is a concern, maybe. 132 pop versus 137 pop for the teams. And Vivi's about to reach Castle Age. Well, in 2 minutes, he'll reach Castle Age.
This push from Hope with the Rams and the pikemen.
Oh, it's Rams, too.
Is going to be really brutal for a Cavalier player to try and clear. He still doesn't know about it at all.
What a crazy play there from Hope. I think you wait for 3 Rams, and then you make your move. You wait too long, there could be siege or a castle, or he could spot you. I really like 3, assuming you can get enough pikemen and support. Oh man, Vivi, look at the fish. Vivi got through. ACCM been fishing unchecked this whole time. He's gonna lose all his fish to Vivi.
Damn, nice play from Vivi. Great play from Vivi with just that one dock.
And at the same time, ACCM loses his camels on Vivi's tower, which Vivi's been repairing and keeping up. So that's where ACCM was looking. Really bad moment for ACCM.
ACCM was so focused on the water, he doesn't have any land military at the moment.
And he's about to take losses on the wood line to the Cavalier. ACCM clearly
the push
distracted.
At Yo's base.
Yo sees it.
The ram push.
What can Yo do about this? He's got to bring his Cavalier, right? And if he brings his Cavalier, the pikeman will hop out. There's a lot of pikes around. Yeah, you're doing the right thing, though, if you're Yo. You just hop out with your Vils. It's not easy, but you have to do this. You can't lose this position. Pikemen don't kill villagers that quickly. Scorpions will, though. And there's a castle, yeah. Also, ACCM just got like 5 conversions on the Cavalier in his base, and he holds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, now he's got a Cavalier army.
Yeah.
Holy. Still not a lot of fishing ships. No fishing ships left for ACCM. He's adding more. He's going to try and clear up that dock again. We've got monasteries now on the front side of Hope's base, so it's going to be a monk push here from Vivi. Defensive castle for Mr. Yo, but he still has to be concerned about this ram push. I think he's going to lose that siege workshop before the Mangonel comes out.
Yeah, Hope is really hoping that he can take this down before the Mangonel hops out. Any other Civ, you might not have enough time, but yeah, with Celts.
Bye-bye.
All right, so more pressure on Yo, but soon the pressure is going to begin on Hope. And going full monks is really smart. Yeah, amazing game.
I love this. This map is amazing.
I mean, I'm inclined to say it's even right now. I mean, it should, because it's literally the same populations for both teams. Look at ACCM. He's not expecting this. He sees one monk, and he's like, oh, that's fine. But he's going to see 2 more monasteries behind there. Actually, it could have been way worse for him, though, because he's able to kill the monks before losing units. That's really good timing.
It is so cool to me how the flank player is fighting from the back of the other pocket's base, and then the pocket player for Vietnam is fighting on like the flank side.
Yeah, what's a pocket? what's a pocket?
There is no pocket here yet.
Vivi snipes 2 monks, almost 3 monks there from ACCM.
Yo, trying to clear the siege push. There's a Mangonel. Okay.
Yeah, I think that puts a stop to the push right there. Cavalier, monks,
Vivi's
and the Mangonel.
Vivi's gonna castle drop, dude. Vivi has 6 villagers forward trying to get a castle drop.
Bro, does that have any chance?
Does Hope see it?
Yeah,
he sees it.
He does. He's gonna have to tell ACCM to do something about it.
There's monks there for ACCM. Like, he can stop this.
I mean, Vivi's monks haven't been massing up, so this monk rush is not really doing much. But he has walled in the Vils.
On the way for Yo. How?
Yeah, those are the words coming to my mind. I mean, the eco count's been similar.
Vivi, this castle ain't it, dude. It really isn't. A little lost in the sauce here for Vivi. That castle's going to get to about 80 and then get denied.
But look at Yo clear up the push. The Cavalier, the monks, everything so well played here for Mr. Yo. He will clear up the push. And
ACCM's about to go up too.
Just wonder, will Vivi matter? Will he matter at all?
Come on, man.
I mean, you know, I didn't mean like in life.
Does that tower not range the villagers?
No, not yet.
Oh my goodness. He's getting fletching. Go, Vivi, go! Go, Vivi! No, he can't get it up. What a terrible idea.
I mean, it's terrible, but also it's just one of those weird games where it's actually not too bad because ACCM hasn't put any pressure on Yo this whole time. And Hope was distracted, which means he loses the push. So everything that I'm seeing is that Mr. Yo is just being set up here. And Mr. Yo hard patrols his navy, by the way. He could go the other way and start to win water. So it would have a full fish.
Did you see that castle foundation from Yo?
He's gonna... He's gonna go castle where the tower is from Vivi. What? Monks are still hopping out here from Vivi to get conversions. He is getting conversions. The Cavalier's coming over in support. Those villagers are going to walk past the houses, so they will be spotted, but I just don't think ACCM's really expecting any action there. ACCM barely has any military anymore. It's all been converted, or it's all died to the Cavalier.
Oh, Vivi's going to try and finish this castle, but There are walls coming up from Hope. He's trying to support Mr. Yo with the Cavalier. Paladin upgrade is on the way. Can Hope wall this off in time? Don't think
no,
so.
there's a gap right there.
That. There is a gap.
Oh, that's horrible. Castle will complete. Ram will go down. And the castle from Yo is going to go up as well behind ACCM's base. So double castle for Team China. Man, what a game.
Like, this is China's theory on 2v2s and why they've been so wildly successful. Put Mr. Yo in a good position and good things will happen.
Yep. Yep. I remember the famous one was the 2v2 World Cup, but it was Licks, right? Like, Licks just fully sacrificed himself every game. Vil rushing half the games against, well, a lot of teams, but in the run. But in the final, it was against Viper and MBL, who were very much the favorites for that tournament. And Licks is definitely, or sorry, Vivi rather, is really contributing. I know it doesn't look like he's got that many conversions, but I would guess he's got around 10 at this point. And the castle as well was smart. And look at the Vil count.
He killed the fish from ACCM.
Yeah, that too.
That was a huge boost,
That
right?
too. And he's got more Vils than Hope does. And he's on 3 TCs, bro. Like, if this game does go on for a long time, Vivi will have a working eco to contribute in a normal fashion.
That heavy camel upgrade also takes so long to come in for ACCM. He wants that now. And that castle is going to be so difficult to deal with as well for Mr. Yo behind his woodline. Paladin roaming around. Farimba already on the way for ACCM. So there is a way back here for ACCM, but Mr. Yo is going for another forward castle on his farms.
And Vivi is too. Hope's soon going to be out of space. That's crazy, though. The fact that Yo supported with Army on the right side while simultaneously now double castling the middle is super good. What a game. China, I mean, they were the favorites coming into it. They're looking like the favorites right now in the final. Still a best of 7, but that was, a winner aside, a really fun game to watch.
Look at the res collected. You can see who had the more comfortable game here. The pocket players, if there is a pocket at all in a map like this. 20,000 less res collected than ACCM for both Vivi and Hope.
Was there... I'm trying to think where things went wrong, right, for Vietnam. And I can't really think of anything. Because, like, I actually really like that Hope pressured Yo. I like that. Because if he pressured Vivi, Vivi's unimportant. But maybe he needed to just go siege and pikes on Vivi's base.
I think things went wrong when ACCM was so hard committed to water for like 5 minutes and didn't make any land units. Really.
Yeah.
He made some camels in defense, but there was no threat of him coming forward. Imagine if he had like 6 knights to come forward and hit the woodline from Yo while he was getting pushed by that pikeman ram push. That would have been very, very brutal for Yo to deal with.
You know what's an interesting stat to consider here is the eco KD. Yo killed 34 eco, he lost 15. ACCM killed 10 eco, lost 36. So Yo just did a better job. But also, Vivi's 21 eco kills, a lot of that was fishing ships from ACCM. So I think there's an argument to be said that Vivi actually did more damage against ACCM's eco than Hope ever did to Yo's, which is maybe how the players get separated. But that was fun. I love that map. So 2v2 Nomad feels important for Vietnam to get this one, obviously being down 2 games in this final. And saw a signal there from Yo just showing his TC. He's playing as the Mapuche. And his teammate Vivi is far away and is going to play as the Tupi. So 2 civs introduced in the recent DLC, The Last Chieftains. And 2 civs that are most likely going to play unique units. I would guess that Vivi will try and get the Blackwood Archers, but he could just play normal Archers. In Yo's case, I think it's a little bit more clear, just based on what you said, Dave, that Yo might want to get a castle up and go for the Kona.
Could go for Kona. I'm worried about Goths for both Yo and Vivi in this civ matchup. If they ever let Goths boom up here, I think they're really, really going to struggle. I mean, letting the Goths boom is bad in general.
Yeah.
But the Tupi and the Mapuche, do they really have solutions to Goths?
I think
the Birapima Warriors, maybe.
Yeah, the
called Ibrahimovic.
The Ibrahimovic Warriors could probably do it. Yeah, but the Ibra Warriors are really weak against Cav Archers, so I guess there is a potential weakness there. They're also quite slow.
Ibuprofen Warriors.
Hey, dude, we've made these jokes so many times. I actually don't know. Like, what is it?
Ibirapima. I mean, we're never gonna see him. So
I watched a lot of river monsters back in the day. So there's like the Arapaima. So I always, when I say the Ibirapima, I always think of that. And Jeremy Wade's a legend. Some people watching have no clue what I'm talking about, but
I love Jeremy Wade. The guy, dude. He's such a legend that he only canceled his show because he caught everything he wanted to catch.
And they would have paid him big bucks too, and he was probably no.
I know.
Yeah. Well, the Huns do get this horse here, which is huge on this map, and I think after they added this, the likelihood that Huns would go fast castle just shot way up, because you're just going to end up with all the sheep on the map. So that's my guess from Hope. His town center was ever so slightly later than some of the others. He's also kind of in the middle. I really don't like... This is the latter version of African clearing. I don't like it because the balance of the wood. You almost always need to be really close to the wood on the outside, in my opinion, because there is... It's hard to find a middle lumber camp that makes sense. So that's my worry for Hope. Obviously, these trees do have more wood, but if he's like... If this is an even game in the middle, he's kind of stranded.
How do you feel, just in general, about the... bush pig or javelina only having 300 food instead of the standard like 340 or 400 for rhinos and elephants?
I'm actually I really like it when they add animals with different amount of food, because it just varies your builds. Also from a map script standpoint, right? Like we can adjust things for tournament maps that make things a little bit more interesting. So I like that. What I don't like actually is that there's like how many different deer equivalents? There's like 10 now, and they all have the same amount of food. I would actually like a little bit of variety there.
Yeah, maybe.
It can be frustrating though if you get the bush pigs and you don't get a lot of other food. So it could really slow down your uptime. So that could be kind of frustrating on Arabia if you get like
bush pig
chickens
in combination with chicken.
Yeah.
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah.
It's so bad. You take everything to get up to feudal age, and then you're there and there's nothing left.
But no, I would like it because we've had, those maps, right? Where it's like, oh, and on this map, the straggler trees have 150 wood or 200 wood, and then that can change things. Same with food. So I think it'd be probably too crazy if the zebra, the deer, the alpaca, like if all of them were wildly different, but just a little bit of variance would be kind of nice.
This is like Nomad maps are one style of map where I really actually like the settlement. You were telling me before how it kind of blocks up bases and it might be just too big for its own good. But on a Nomad style map like this, like Yo has that settlement down. He could just take those zebra right to it. Right?
Yeah,
he
true.
Could farm around here if he needed to. Vivi's going to have a super efficient eco over here as well. I would have loved the settlement on the gold instead of right next to the TC. But he'll probably go for another one.
Yeah, you could probably just place... I was thinking he wants a castle, so he could just place another one right there in the middle. Seems like Vivi's got plenty of food here. He's got tons of sheep underneath his TC. And for Yo, he's got a couple at least. Yo's obviously got the zebras. But yeah, to me, it seems like Yo also going to go for stone. Settlement's already going up there. But
question for me is ACCM. Like, he's walling up early, but what's his priority here? How does he... Obviously, eventually you want to get into Huskarls or Champions or whatever. But how do you play until that point?
Yeah, it's tough.
If you're him.
We see Goths go down a lot if they don't get to their late game. And it's 2v2 where Army's king, so I'm not really sure that you can just boom. Some players would just play like Knights or Archers with Goths to set up their boom, and then they switch later. But I would be really concerned against
I also don't know,
a fully walled Vivi here.
Like, do Vivi and Yo even know where they are? Hope and ACCM have excellent vision.
I think
on where Vivi and Yo are.
They definitely don't know where Hope is. That's clear. I believe they know where ACCM is. There's enough scouting there where it looks like they lost something over there. But it's a bit of a guessing game on Nomad, obviously, with no scout. And Yo's going to be on the way up here in a second. A little surprised he's really front-loaded the stone. Like he's expecting to get pressured. It's not bad, but like 4 on stone before you even click to feudal age is not what you typically see.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to pause now. And maybe it's still new enough. Maybe they're double-checking what the cost of some of these units are going to be. We've got Hope on the way up pretty fast here. Could still be a fast castle into Cav Archers. You know what's weird? He's got like no sheep underneath his TC. I guess he's got some scouting that are going to come home, but I expected to look back here and see like 15 sheep.
Yeah, true. I mean, he does have decent scouting with the horse as well.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy that Yo had that many sheep
Agreed.
available to him.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like Hope might have sent 2 or 3 of his sheep into Mr. Yo.
Like he accidentally
Rather than
scouted
just-
him. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mr. Yo took them over.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that. My just back on my take. Oh god, as this villager almost goes down for Hope. My take on the settlements is for now it's fine, but if you get into the stages of the game where you need to do the equivalent of refreshing lumber camps, that's where I just hate settlements because you can't. They're just so blocky. They take up a lot of space. And then also you can't like delete them if they're blocking space because you then lose pop space.
That's the brutal part. Yeah.
Like I would love to be able to just like, I don't know. I guess it's good that they have pop space because it adds to the early flexibility, but it's just awkward.
Oh, the bush pig went back from Vivi. That's annoying.
Imagine if the horse shows
Really
up from
annoying.
Hope right now just to block that.
Vivi also has a lot of sheep. Like, Vivi and Yo managed to find a ton of sheep considering they didn't have the horse and no scouting units whatsoever. Fast castle it's going to be for Hope. He should be fine. A little bit strained on the wood.
I didn't realize Vivi came so far with this bush pig.
Oh, he's going to lose this Ville. Oh, this Ville's going down.
Look, dude.
This Ville's dying immediately, bro. He's forgetting about this. That pig is running.
No,
Oh,
he
he's
sees
not.
it. He sees it. I just thought it was just beyond this wall. I didn't realize it was this far away.
Is the 300 food worth it? I don't know.
I think if the villager's just sitting at home working on his sheep,
Dude,
it's
she's
probably
dead.
better.
She's dead. She's dead.
Oh, he doesn't have the wood. He didn't have the wood for a house.
Oh, he's still bringing it in. Oh,
Okay.
okay, Vivi.
2 HP. Can he do it? He's got the wood for a house now, so he could do the house trick. Nice. Deletes the house. Can run
Hope's
around the
still not up,
corner.
by the way.
House again. Vivi making
It'd be
this look
so
easy.
funny if that went back again.
Also, he could hop inside the settlement with his villager, so losing this villager would be kind of a mistake. And yeah, he gets it in the end. I agree, though. I don't know if it's worth it. But he gets it
fine.
done.
You can't let the pigs win.
Hope doesn't have a barracks at all, Dave. No barracks, which means no archer range. Another pause here. Reminder,
Nice.
Hope is playing in an internet cafe, so who's to say that he's not being bothered by the... maybe
Is
he's
it
got
one of you guys in chat?
Yeah, maybe he's
Is
got
it
a...
some Vietnamese fan?
How's that work, by the way? Do you, like, pay for PC time, or is it just, like, free, fully available?
I don't know.
I have
Never
no
been to one.
answers. I guess it depends. But yeah, Hope asking for a minute. We're now back. And it's going to be double unique unit from Vivi and Yo. Kona and Blackwoods. I think Blackwoods are really good. And I'm still wondering, like, seems to me like ACCM's plan is to maybe add siege and defense and then just boom. But Hope went Market Blacksmith. I guess it still could be Cav Archers, but dude, his base is just so bad. Like the wood situation when you're in the middle. Never easy.
Yeah, I think he needs to just prioritize getting another TC up immediately.
Yeah.
He can't even put the res into Cav Archers right away. He has to get some safe wood lines, and he's gonna get hit pretty good. Did you happen to catch the game yesterday with Dragonstar on Regicide Fortress?
No, I did
with
not.
2P?
No.
He made 100 and at one point he had 179 Blackwood Archers,
Wait,
but
like
unfortunately-
actively in the game?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But unfortunately, he was up against Hussite wagons, and they don't. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. They get one shot by a Hussite wagon, and they don't inflict bleed damage because it's a siege.
Oh,
So they're doing 1 damage per shot.
dude, everything about Hope's setup makes me so sad right now. He was missing 10 wood for the TC, and he had to walk back, and now the villager's blocking. There we go. Well, that's good to know. Hussite wagons counter the 2P. And he hopes had to place that TC. He's going to go knights here. So not what I expected. But I think because of the lack of wood and how exposed his base is, it just takes too much time to mass the cav archers. So he'll go knights. And knights should be half decent against the Konas. So maybe like knights and monks. But that's only when dealing with Mr. Yo. When Vivi joins in with Blackwood archers, monks don't become nearly as strong.
I will say that, like, Yo is an early adopter of the Kona, and I still think he's the only player that I have seen semi-consistently play into it. Like, the Bolus, of course, but
Yeah.
he's a real believer in that unit. And it initially seems really bad, but after watching him play with it, it feels like it's just such a great support unit for them, right? If you have the threat of mixing in the Bolus, the other player won't really want to play into too many cavalry. And then your Kona can kind of rip through everything else.
I think Mr. Yo could make any knight equivalent unique unit work, honestly. I'm trying to think through, like, what's the worst fast castle, drop a castle, make cav unique unit? Not counting, like, elephants. Tarkin.
Probably Tarkin.
I could see Mr. Yo making it work.
Could he make AOC Tarkins work, though, before, like, when they had 7 attack, and I think they had less pierce armor? They were really bad in Castle
I mean, he
Age.
did, though. He did at times. I remember him going, that was a bit different. He had Tarkins against cav archers, right? But, of course, units were way weaker overall back then, so I think if you compare that unit to present-day units, it's not going to last.
These things get 2-shot by a Scorpion.
Yeah, and the Scorpions are out.
There's a lot of them.
And there they go. Villagers exposed. Bit of misclick there from Vivi. Could have maybe killed one Vill. But both players knew what they were going to be up against here, as far as Vietnam's concerned. ACCM prepping some defense. And same thing with Hope having some monks.
And he notices right away. So Yo's going to have to retreat. Initial stats on the Kona, not the greatest, right? The pierce armor's decent. The HP is decent. The attack is only 9. But as the units get later, guys, the mechanic on this unit is... Or, sorry, not later. Weaker. The mechanic is that they get stronger.
Yeah, which is...
They can go up to 9+6, right?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Hope misses one palisade wall, and Mr. Yo finds some damage. Not what Vietnam needed. And I think the issue here with this whole game plan I'm seeing for Vietnam, they're doing well if they just play one separate 1v1s. But the second you try and play monk defense, and the Blackwood archers now arrive if you're Hope, it gets even worse. And it's the same thing on the other side. Look, they're going to switch. Like, Yo is just going to send Subkonas over, and he's going to go attack the Scorpions now. So it's not really the best team game format right now for Vietnam.
I really hate this position for Hope. He needed a second TC in this middle area if he's going to hold on to it. Or just migrate all your villagers over towards the wood line. It's just horrible.
I guarantee you, this is my own frustrations with the map coming to the cast here. I guarantee you if we go back to the very start, his vills were positioned weird. Because his TC was also late. So, like, he really was looking for a good TC spot. This was the best that he had. But yeah, it just, the no wood thing is brutal. Being in the middle of the map when everyone else can wall up is brutal. 2 armies over here, and it's a lot of Blackwood archers from Vivi. He's got 20 already.
He does find a moment to sneak out, though. That's nice from Hope. He's going to sneak the villagers over there. Way more consistent position up against the wood line. And I think the whole game plan for Vietnam from this point forward, maybe from the start of the game, is just, let's get ACCM fully boomed.
Yeah.
I think it's really good for Goss up against these 2 civs. If they have a full Huskarl composition.
Well, this is where, if you could sling, Hope would just start full slinging to give ACCM a boost. He doesn't have a lot to send, but he's kind of just a distraction at this point. It's still a long way from him for ACCM. But I think Yo and Vivi should be directing their attention to ACCM now. They've done so much damage to Hope.
Can they do enough to ACCM is the question. I mean, look at the villager count. It's 41 only for Yo. It's 47 for Vivi.
Yeah, true.
60 villagers already for ACCM. And still 47 for Hope.
Yep.
He's trying to go up for another TC. Hopefully, Vivi doesn't find that. Because if he does, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah, Hope's just hoping to drop down the town centers and survive here. That town center is going to have to be delayed. Deleting that TC would be really bad too, because he's going to lose the stone. To clarify,
hasn't seen it though.
To clarify the slinging situation for anyone who missed it, you cannot send any resources to your ally until you are an imp. So that's not an option for Hope right now.
Maybe seen the TC.
Oh, that sucks, dude, because he's got to delete it now.
Gotta delete it.
That gold in the front of his base is such a nightmare. He'll add the siege now. You actually haven't seen too many units from Yo over here. It's just been the Blackwoods. Yo has, I think, tried to raid Vivi, or sorry, ACCM
He's
a little bit.
shifting more into a boom now.
Yeah.
He's going for a third TC.
I mean, what unit do you go for here? You go Huskarls? If you're
Yeah.
ACCM?
Yeah, what can they do against Huskarl? I guess they can make Champy, but that's not the greatest.
I wonder how Konas do there. I actually don't have an answer for you.
Konas probably do quite well against Huskarl, actually, but then you mix in Halb.
Yeah. So. Vivi loses some Blackwoods. So it's easy to forget how weak they are. If they get hit by anything, they will go down pretty quickly. But they're just super cheap, and they mass 2 at a time. And Vivi is well going to get the conversion there. Oh, man. ACCM was distracted with the other Konas in his base. And the units are going to run under. Yeah, they're through. We might not be able to make it out here. The monks are around the convert. The town centers are also there. I think Yo's happy because this is still just some harassment on ACCM. And Blackwoods are on the way as well, Dave. And the castle's going up there for ACCM. Does Vivi see it? Vivi goes the wrong way. He doesn't see the castle. Could have easily denied that.
Doesn't catch sight of that at all. That's really, really fortunate for ACCM. This is trouble for ACCM. There's a lot of pressure coming down. He's heavily distracted, but the castle is going to go up. These Blackwoods will die very, very quickly to Huskarls if they can catch them. And this will give a moment for hope. He never canceled that TC foundation. He's back out on that again. And he's at 60 villagers right now, so he can boom back into the game. If they're fully focused on ACCM, Hope can have an impact here in a couple minutes.
What's the statement? Never let the gods fully boom? I think they've at least accomplished that. This hasn't been a full boom from ACCM. While he did add a lot of town centers, he's got a lot of idle time now. And there's still the issue of, like, he can't boom and make enough Huskarls. There's just so much military for China.
These units are so loud.
Yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
Whoever's
like,
in charge of the
goodness.
sounds for this game, they like take their job way too seriously. That was maybe a bit harsh, but every new sound they add to this game is loud, and then 2 patches later they make it quieter. So I'm thinking of the foxes, the copy bearers. Oh god, castle. I don't know if this castle goes up.
Coming forward. I don't know. ACCM, he's looking for a big shot. He almost got it onto the Blackwood archers. The Mangonel might be able to deny this castle. Kona gets converted there. Big shot on these Blackwoods, but the Mangonel is going down and more Kona are coming in.
I'm laughing at Vivi because he just ran at that, which is actually the right play because it gives his villagers time to finish the castle. Raids were still happening in the back. Hope was trying to help ACCM. He's done a good job there because ACCM, again, idle time. Like, how many working farmers does ACCM actually have at the moment? I don't even think he has...
24 on food.
And that's like, half of that is just 13 villagers on a mill on the shorefish.
He does have the Huskarls coming out now, though, so he can push those away. He's getting handcart as well.
Oh, big shot incoming. Big shot. Hope. Oh, man. Can he get another... He has another opportunity here, but Vivi knows about it, and Vivi's splits are very nice. Wow.
Don't shoot ACCM's vills, please.
Honestly, the villagers do enough damage there. You don't even need to fire. All right, well, I mean, Vivi's going to still add Blackwood. The TC's starting to go down for ACCM. But Hope Credit to him for
Yo
still being in the game, because he's really needed now.
Yo's looking for a forward castle here against Hope. Yo also got devotion super early. So a lot of these conversions haven't come in on the Kona, as one of the Kona just now gets converted. And Hope will build a counter castle, and Yo deletes his foundation. He's going back. The thing I like here for Vietnam, like I said before, is that Hope got a breather. He got a moment to get back into this game after such a brutal early castle age. And the Goths should still be enough from ACCM with 90 villagers to push this back if Yo isn't over here constantly.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Mr. Yo couldn't build his forward castle because he has most of his army still on the other side, and this whole Mangonel defense situation for ACCM is just not going to be enough. Vivi about to click up to the Imperial Age as well. ACCM's eco's in ruins. I agree, though. Hope's done a great job. Like, Hope also assisting with monks and siege when necessary over at ACCM's base has been great. But imp for both Chinese players.
Huskarls at Vivi's base. What is he tech into? Does he just keep going Blackwood Archers into Huskarls? Once they have the bleed damage, they can do something, I guess.
Well, I think the Tupi's options aren't that stellar otherwise. So I think you do just continue to produce the Blackwoods. Like, even if it's a weak unit, you can still make so many of them. Yeah, Champy against Knights might be awkward. I think just the fact that you produce them so quickly means you can still get to a high enough number to eventually fight the Huskarls. Love the pressure
Vivi
from
just
Vivi.
doesn't care about the TC fire. He can lose these units all day. They are not very valuable to him, and he is getting resources back from losing them as well.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Part of it that I always forget as well. It's like it weirdly benefits the Tupi to lose their units, which is still such a weird bonus. It's tough for ACCM. He's lost 2 town centers now. Big raids from Hope, though, over on Yo. And Hope's got more villagers than Yo does now, so that's not bad. But Yo does have the military lead here. 20 Konas on the map. It's a lot of Blackwoods from Vivi, too. He's got 43.
He's still got Konas over supporting against ACCM, too.
Yeah.
If it was just Vivi pushing here, ACCM would have been able to push him back. And Vivi be in deep trouble right now. But it's great link-up play from Yo to send those Kona over there constantly, even when he's being pressured.
It's just kind of what you typically see here, right? It's like double army. And the approach from Vietnam was to take a risk, maybe because of the scoreline, and they haven't won yet. But, like, just expecting that ACCM could boom freely was extremely ambitious. And, yeah, there's the imp from both of them. And we don't even have imp on the way for ACCM and Hope. And ACCM taps out, drops the GG.
Jeez.
And there goes Hope as well. And China, 1 win away from winning now. Really good stuff from them.
Just excellent play from Vivi to kind of yeet those Blackwood Archers in. He never cared about the TC fire or the siege or anything. And then Hope, of course, over there against ACCM, absolutely destroying them. I think there was still an opportunity, maybe, for ACCM and Hope in this game. I think they underestimated the eco that they actually had on the field, but it would have been really, really tough.
Well, I mean, once the upgrades come in, like even just Trebs, right? It's so tough.
Yeah.
There's so much army. I wanted to go back to the start to just see why Hope's TC ended up where it did. And if you just look at his Fog of War, which, of course, there's not a lot of vision at that time. I think if he sees the shorefish near the woodline in the north, he could just TC there. But yeah, he wants to TC the shorefish. But he waited a while. Like, he was really uncertain on where to go. Almost like he didn't want to TC the middle, but then he ends up doing so. Yeah, like the other villa at the north was super close to seeing the shorefish there. I don't know if it changes much. I still think they had the main concern of, like, what do the Goths even do? But Hope being out in no man's land there didn't make his life any easier.
I think if he found that pond, it changes a lot, actually.
Yeah.
He can, like, at that point, he can comfortably wall himself in and then maybe play into CA.
Yeah.
Instead of that knight monk defense that he did. He's just in a really rough spot.
Let's see if Vietnam could pull something together here. ACCM's Mongols moving forward already. Of course, he won't find an elephant.
Back.
Yep.
But he does find a goat.
I mean, you could steal the goat. And if you want to, you could even just push in that ostrich. Elephant is forward there for Vivi. And we have Hope scouting the back of his base first. So both players could potentially lose elephants there. Vivi is going to bring in his elephant on the front. You remember they added this map to the game, and then it was like, we had a Red Bull event, big important event, and it was muted with the chat filter because of the word boob.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like, official Microsoft-sponsored tournament, and there was, we couldn't have the map name. Also, Villager down for ACCM. My goodness, dude. It's just not their day.
No, did he lose it to the elephant? Oh,
Yep.
no. I wasn't even looking.
Yep. And it's like, over the years, we found more and more reasons why that should not happen. But, like, it's even worse now because you could just shoot it with the TC and still take the food. So
I think it's just one of those things that, it's so simple now that people just take it for granted, right?
Yeah.
ACCM was busy in a different area. He was thinking about lames. They're down 3-0. I mean, it's still not the end of the world. They also might have some lag issues with Hope being in an internet cafe. And once again, Hope pauses the game.
Yep, Hope. He's telling the manager, he's like, hey, I just need 30 more minutes, all right? And then I'm off this PC. Hopefully he's saying 3 hours and has some confidence here, but...
You're talking about the chat filter. It's still bad, by the way.
It's horrible.
Like, I got muted for saying hi to somebody the other day. It's just...
And then, like, people will say absolutely heinous things, and it's still allowed through, right? And even if the chat filter does, let's say it is working properly, it only works properly for English as far as I understand it. So apparently in some other languages, you could just say whatever. But now, I don't know. It's just frustrating, right? Like, if it's going to exist, at least exist and, like, work properly. But
it's also, like, not consistent. You can say the same thing, and one time it'll get filtered, and the next time it won't.
Yeah. And we've given feedback on that for a long time. And maybe they'll get to it eventually. But still a pause here. We'll point out the gold positions. Gold positions not great for ACCM. You could always take the golds on the back, though, which might be worth considering. And I remember, I don't know which event, but I remember Yo and Vivi playing this before. They always work to get a wall between these bubble wood lines in the middle. And if they just get that full wall across the middle, they can kind of meet up in the middle and attack the opponent. So I think that's kind of what you're fighting for. You can't full wall on the outside because of the little rock line. Yeah. So that's not an option there.
I mean, the goal here is to link up as quickly as you can and cut off one of the opposing players from the other player's base. So then they have to link up at the back, right? And then it gets really, really awkward for reinforcing and everything like that. If you can ever find yourself in a situation where both you and your teammate are at the back of their base, like roaming around with archers and scouts, it's good, but it's hard to get there.
You almost need to wall in a way that where you can ignore that. So Yo's base setup is really good for this. So he could wall from the left of his wood to the TC and then like right around this gold to where the berries are. So the little egg wall. Harder for Vivi to do because his berries and his golds are in different locations. Hope could actually do the exact same thing, but he would have had to take a slightly different wood line. If Hope built that lumber camp more towards the south, then he can wall in a U shape. Protect most of what he needs there, so...
It's a brutal pause for ACCM. He has like 5 minutes now to think about how he lost a villager to
a... Oh, God. Yeah, if it is Hope, it has to... And he is playing from an internet cafe. It has to be related to that. His like credit card, his credit card company's not letting the payment go through right now.
What, he's just sitting there feeding nickels into the machine.
Yeah, dude.
Trying to get more time.
Again, I have no clue how it works. Like, do they... some places here I could see being like, okay, you can be here, but you gotta like actually be a customer. You gotta like buy drinks and food and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he was just going to the bathroom. Okay, well, I guess there's that as well. Okay. Always found WC. I learned about what WC meant in Age of Empires. Yeah. Because I never heard of it referred to as a water closet because no one says that.
Yeah, we
in the
never.
States.
I mean, or in Canada either. never WC, but that's like the international symbol for it, I suppose.
Yep. Yeah,
You
I
say
remember.
washroom, bathroom, toilet. What's your go-to?
I say bathroom, but
Okay.
like I in some situations I'll adapt my terminology to the audience, but with that I just say bathroom. So if someone says the loo,
Like you should have heard him in London, guys. Oi, wanker, where's the loo? I was like, whoa, is this Tristan? Oh my god. Couldn't believe it, dude. When in Rome, I guess.
dude, I as much as I try, I just cannot. Like, I wish I could say wanker and have it feel real, but it just sounds like a cheesy American who has no clue what he's talking about. I'm very jealous of some of the things that the British can say. Also, isn't oi more like Irish and Scottish, or is it kind of either way?
It's just brain dead, bro. It's not exclusive to any country. It's just
Okay, I
brain
wasn't
dead.
sure. I watched a decent amount of Peaky Blinders, so there's my knowledge on the topic. I heard a decent amount of oi. And there's the mining camp on the front for ACCM. He needs to lock down that gold. He's not an archer civ, but because you get all that hunts so quickly, you can get up very quickly. It makes sense for them to go archers. Hope is Frank, so obviously going to want to go scouts with the farm and the scout bonus. As for Byzantines and Sicilians, kind of hard to guess right now. Byzantines usually play lots of spears and skirms, but they could also be a good archer civ. And Sicilians could be your scout civ if that's how you want to play it.
I mean, ACCM losing that villager, kind of still on an equal footing early here, just because he has the Mongols.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You lose a villager with a generic civ, it feels really bad. But with Mongols, it's not too bad.
He's going up no loom because he lost that vill. He's trying to adjust.
Yeah.
To get the same timing. He's taking a risk here. I actually like it.
Yeah.
I like it quite a bit. As long as he queues loom once he's in feudal age, and it's queued.
And in general, you got to just take risks here, right? You're down 0-3. It's like you need some momentum in some way. You're probably not believing at the moment. And guess what? If you take a risk here and you lose, well, you have another 3 hours of your day to do whatever else. So just take a risk. Hope it works out. You really start to like be particular on strategies. I think if this becomes 3-2. Also, someone looked it up. It's apparently about 10,000 dongs an hour. Anywhere between 50 cents to $1 an hour for an internet cafe in Vietnam, assuming they're all the same, which they're probably not. So,
okay, reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, like second place in this tournament is over $1,000, so it's super worth it. Scouts are going to meet up here. ACCM or Hope is missing sheep. It looks like Hope because he doesn't have the food underneath the TC.
Vivi is way slower to feudal age, so his scout just instantly dies. That's actually really solid. So no scout for the Byzantine player now. Stable coming up now for Yo. Eco upgrades on the way. Loom coming in for ACCM. Wood upgrade coming in. And he should be able to go double range here. And it's like he never lost that villager at all.
Yep.
Beautiful recovery from him.
And very smooth. Having that food underneath the TC is really critical for the archer player because you don't want to build any farms with your wood. You want to be able to get the archer ranges, the archers, the blacksmith, and then still have the food to get fletching. So I think he should be able to do that. Whereas the scout player isn't spending near as much wood, they can farm. But Hope still would have loved to have those 2 extra sheep underneath his TC.
$1,000 is apparently 26,330,797 dong.
What?
That's more dong than I've ever seen in my entire life, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a crazy amount of dong.
Dude, that's... I mean, we always joke. Like, I don't know how much, like, rent is, for example, in Vietnam. But, yeah, there's a reason. Like, you know, you could do really well if you're in an area getting paid out in USD. Where the money goes a long way. Love the tower from Vivi. He starts to build the tower, and the classic trick there is you just relocate after the opponent counter towers. But archers are here from ACCM.
If he clears the spears, the scouts can go after the villagers, and the villagers are coming out from Hope.
Oh god,
the
this
spearmen
is so
not really
bad.
getting the hits against the scouts. And the villagers are still in an exposed location here for Vivi. Archers are coming over. The tower does go up, but can they hold it?
Yeah, it's really awkward micro here, but you have to micro against the tower if you can. Vivi will be sending more skirms and sending more spears forward.
Nice wall off from Vivi. Wow. Drives the villagers away.
Dude,
It's really nice.
if that's me, I think I'm dead, and I just kind of bail, right? But Vivi, he has so much confidence in it, and the opponent knows that he's one of the best tower rushes in the game. So they look at any decision he makes there and believe that he's going to hold the position, and he does. Missing out on the berries really hurts. When you didn't have the goats, too. Lots of idle time right now for Hope. 6 villagers inside the TC, need to go somewhere. Bunch of vills walking around as well.
And ACCM is going to Vivi's base. There is some damage to be done at Vivi's base because he went for that forward tower. He only has the one range, right? So there's not a lot of army over here.
Yeah.
I think he does know that the archers are over here somewhere. He's got skirmishers coming back that way, but he will see them now. Shout out Byzantines. Town watch. You can see everything.
Well, also, I think there's got to be some communication from them, too. It's like, okay, we have not seen ACCM. And suddenly there's enough skirms here to be able to hold for a decent amount of time. Still no fletching for the skirms. Hope tries to go forward with the scouts to contribute, but the scouts get caught out. Goats get shot down. But scouts will make their way to the skirms. Vivi's still under a lot of pressure here. This would be one of the more impressive wins for Team China if they win this. I know they're up 3-0, but like this has been a really fast start from Vietnam.
Yeah, and the civs aren't really good for Yo and Vivi early. They might be decent later, but early on, it should be Franks and Mongols all the way. There's a villager down from Vivi now. Archer's kind of controlling the front side of his base. Yo struggling to help. It's hard for him to get a good position with Hope supporting ACCM and that archer mass being there. The villagers forward from Vivi, not really doing anything either. He's busy.
Thing is, the one player we have not talked a lot about is Mr. Yo, and that's a good thing for Mr. Yo. He's got Sicilian farms, 14 farms up already. He has very healthy scout HP compared to Hope, who can't make that many more scouts at the moment. And so I think things are going to swing here. Yo goes in for the engagement. The skirms just need to take down the spear there. And if they do that, I think the rest of the army is going to go down, and China will clear this. Amazing job again from them, man. And Vivi's coming back for more towers,
are still
too.
forward here. Still forward with those vills. We've got archers from ACCM trying to be massed, but like you said, Hope just doesn't have the numbers, right? So he can't really link up with his ally.
If another tower goes up on the farms, it's going to be brutal for Hope. He could miss out on like 4 or 5 farms. He did not expect the follow-up tower. And look at the way Yo is walled, too, right? Very difficult for him to ever take any damage. ACCM will come in with the archers. If Yo notices that and pulls away, those archers shouldn't kill too much on the wood line. And he's house-walled, too. So he doesn't actually need to do anything about those archers right now.
Forward villager down from Vivi, but he's still got 3 more, and the scouts are here for Mr. Yo. He's not even concerned about the archers from ACCM because of the way he walled. ACCM now deleting the house and moving the archers to the back. He's going to go try and hit Mr. Yo, but there's double donjon there. He can't do any damage on that side. He doesn't know it.
Yeah. Amazing base structure. Half of it's like the way the map was designed when it spawned, but also Mr. Yo probably built the lumber camp there, and clearly the donjon's there, understanding how this whole game is going to flow.
Uh-oh, Hope's base. Mr. Yo is there. He's got the armor on his scouts. He's already killed a villager. He's going to kill a second one here. He might kill a third as well soon.
Oh, dude, there's nothing worse than this if you're ACCM. You're just telling Hope, hold on, I got you, bro. And then you run around here, and there's already a donjon up. And he moves further, there's going to be another donjon. His army feels like it can't do anything right now.
Yeah, and then if you go over to the Byzantine space, he's just going to have skirms.
Yeah,
and
true.
then you'll have to run away from that, too.
I will say, I think Yo needed to stay with Vivi so Vivi could complete this tower.
Yes, yeah.
They need to be working together here. That's the only main surprise for me.
ACCM could sit underneath this donjon. I think that was unexpected. Yo didn't think the archers would come back across, and he loses 2 villagers, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So ACCM, pretty stubborn, persistent on this side, and actually finds value with only losing 1 archer of his own. That's super solid from him, and he's coming back for more.
Yeah, making him work. He knows Yo is very busy on the other side. But Yo and Vivi together. Tower's on the way up there for Vivi. Tower should complete. And not the best micro there from Vivi, because he lost some of those spearmen, but there's still more than enough scouts there from Yo. Yo takes the fight, towers up as well. Not an easy spot for Hope to be in. He's literally hoping that he can win that engagement. And Yo on the way to
Castle
Castle
Age on the way for both Yo and ACCM. I think ACCM's Castle Age is going to be more dangerous than Yo's, though, because Yo is taking damage on farms.
And there's an argument that maybe Yo will switch. I doubt he will, but if you're going to be up against mainly scouts and crossbowmen, you could play into sergeants. But I think it's just too slow here. And he'll drop the second stable so we can continue to play knights. Now no gold for Hope.
Just staying alive and not taking that much damage. Good damage control over here from him.
Also, I really like ACCM's recognition that he needs to disrupt Yo and getting as much value as possible here. I think I would have immediately switched and gone to Vivi, and by the time I get there, Vivi has a couple skirms.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have done much. But maybe now's the time for Yo and Vivi to go back and focus on ACCM.
They're going to ACCM. Yeah, they're moving back across the map here. Vivi still has some stone. He could go for some extra towers. He's losing some skirmishers at Yo's base. But at least they're tracking the archers. Third stable now coming out for Mr. Yo.
Hole in the wood line at Vivi's base because he sent more villagers to wood. Will he notice? If those scouts get in, that's horrible.
Ooh, big moment here for Hope. He does notice. Rewall behind. Nice job from Vivi.
Yeah, nice job. ACCM running away with 9 archers to the north. He'll go to Vivi's base. Vivi's still got more work to do, though, because the scouts can move over to the farms and the stone. Disaster for Vivi. And ACCM's in the carry position now with crossbow on the way. Can Yo carry as well, though? Can Yo beat the crossbowman here? Yoseiko's okay.
It's looking so good for Yo and Vivi when they were pushing into Hope's base and ACCM was running into the dungeons, but ACCM just persistent at the back. Found the value, found the Castle Age timing, and I think it's much better for your archer player in general to be in Castle Age rather than your cav player, just because you can wall off the cav. The crossbows are going to be a little bit more threatening.
ACCM, or sorry, not ACCM, Yo doesn't really have the farm count, man. Like, farms are supposed to be his civ bonus, but he has really struggled to get the farmers working because of all the pressure here. Nice job again from ACCM.
And ACCM's killing the farms, too.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's eventually going to be an army that engages on you, so taking down the farmer, too, is definitely worth it. Knights will engage there. ACCM still has his other crossbows on the other side. He falls back to his range here. He does have double tower there, so I think maybe with 2 towers plus the crossbowman, he can be somewhat satisfied in the choke point.
4 crossbows in the ranges, too.
Yeah.
Even with +2 armor, you can't push that from Mr. Yo.
I think you need siege. If you're, like, Hope is kind of out of the game for the time being. Maybe Yo could
on the way to
consider some
Castle
siege. That's true, and Vivi is not.
He's actually got wheelbarrow, too, and Hope's actually got a decent economy. Like, he's got 7 villagers more than Yo.
He also has all that gold in the back, which is all towered up. But can he defend from knights? Knights are going to be kind of brutal. ACCM has to push Yo right now because Hope's going to communicate that the knights are here. I don't think you want to chase Yo because that gets a little messy. You got to go push and get into Yo's eco somehow.
He's still got crossbows at the back. Vivi's going for a big wall at the back just to try and keep himself safe. Ballistics is incoming for ACCM, and he's once again looping around the backside of Yo's economy. The knights in here, good quick walls from Hope to keep those out. But the gate is weak. Stone gate behind, one more wall. He did it. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was just questioning
if
maybe he didn't have the stone initially, because that got really bad. Luckily, you can pre-lock the gate. He just needs to keep his villagers safe for now. Crossbows from ACCM are going to the golds and going to the woodline area for Yo. Yo will hop into the dungeon, but still, that's time for Yo where he's not on the golds.
39 villagers only for Yo. He's trying to help out Vivi. He's sending knights back.
Oh, he got through.
With these crossbows.
At Hope Space, he got through.
Oh, no.
So now both knight players kind of compromised. Vivi's still not in Castle Age, though, and ACCM is pretty untouched at the moment. He might lose his crossbows in the back of Vivi's base, though.
He's getting thumb ring already.
Dude, look at that tower from Vivi. Vivi's so annoying. That cheeky tower on the woodline just makes things so much worse for Hope.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any stone anymore, right?
Yeah.
He could buy 100 stone and try and, like, TC her and shoot that down. But the knights are still a problem for him. A bunch of those are weak. Mr. Yo now trying to clear up this big crossbow army at the back. Thumb ring is 5 seconds away. That will help in this engagement, big time.
Nice focus firing there from ACCM, but that is a lot of knights on the way. They're not all full HP.
You just see the difference that Thumbring makes in this micro for ACCM.
Yeah, Yo kind of missed patrols there. He's some of his knights are still not engaging. He's expecting them to have fought, so that doesn't help. But Vivi with another tower. Pretty soon, Hope has to leave this wood line if that tower goes up.
Still can't clear the knights either. Great supporting work here by Mr. Yo.
Dude, those towers are so nice. That's the only wood line Hope has. That's what the wood he needs to reseed his farms. And Vivi will be in the game soon with skirmishers, Dave. He's got 13 skirmishers. He actually has more villagers than Yo. He's more villagers than Hope as well. Even after the rough start.
Once again, hoping that ACCM can carry, right? He's done good work so far, ACCM. He's gotten a lot of kills against Yo.
No +2 armor for Hope, so his knights are not as strong as Yo's, and Yo has the numbers. Again, Yo sending some weak units back to heal up with a monk. The crossbows and knights are going to meet in the middle, though.
In these engagements, like, you can just see the difference that it's making in the fights, especially against the knights.
Also, I mean, Vivi's playing skirm, which is only good against crossbow. It's really difficult to engage with skirmishers when there's knights on the field. Vivi with another tower, though? Dude, this guy, though, he just will not stop. Walling in the village.
ACCM back again on the stone of Mr. Yo. It's a lot of villagers killed there. That's a great raid with those weak crossbows from before from ACCM, and he continues killing 11 villager kills on those crossbows now.
Yep. Tower also denied for now. So Vietnam fight on. Yo will send his army after those crossbows. Skirmishers are going to come over for Vivi. Now, you could sit behind the stables there and pick off some crossbowmen, maybe. That could be the way to use this. ACCM not really noticing, or maybe not caring.
Yeah, no second armor upgrade yet for Vivi. It's coming in right now. Score switching back and forth. Forward Siege Workshop from ACCM. And nice conversions from Hope at the back. So he's going to extend outwards maybe for another TC soon.
I don't know. Is there enough knights here from Hope? He's got a lot of his army at home. Yo's production is compromised because he's just lost 2 stables. But I'm looking at, on screen, 7 knights against 20.
20 with Elite Skirm behind.
Yeah. This could be...
ACCM's got to be careful. They can't get too aggressive here. They need vision on these armies coming forward. ACCM, he's going to have to retreat. Yo patrols in for this fight. He does have the hill. He does have Thumbring. We've got some knights in front. The knights from Yo are going down. But the skirms are here.
I don't know, man. I think that's a lot of knights for Mr. Yo. And the second the knights start hitting the crossbows are going to disappear. The knights from Hope arrive, but they arrive possibly a little bit too late. And China, like they have the entire series, clearing it up, holding on, facing a lot of adversity here. And here comes Vivi. Here comes Vivi to drop a Byzantine castle on ACCM's face. How do they do it, man? Oh my God!
They know they know who is the supporting actor, and they know who's the main character.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been Yo as the main character every single game. Vivi just supporting him, enabling him.
But he's so good at it, right? The cheeky towers, the random units, the defense when he needs it. Just makes it look so easy. That castle will push not only ACCM away from this position, but also away from his gold. And he's going to have to fall back to another gold, which Yo is going to find, because Yo is building outposts in the back. So he'll look around and maybe swing some knights over there to raid.
Here comes Yo. He's punched a hole in ACCM's base. Does he want to go in here? I mean, they have enough units if they want to dive under that TC. This is very concerning for ACCM. All of his production buildings are forward there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't eject from your military buildings now. And how does Hope come help? Hope has to run into a castle. Wow, we have Imp.
Mr. Yo is also going for a castle. It's going to be a castle sandwich here for ACCM, and that's a Sicilian castle as well. So it's going to go up super quick.
Wow. I mean, maybe they can deny that, though. If they notice it and get the army over here, this could possibly deny this.
It's going to be close. You got to re-wall after this. You have to wall the knights into your base.
I mean, does the MTC stay up? I'm worried about the MTC. That's the Imperial Age TC. Yo's like, go ahead, deny my castle. I'll take your town center. And they just don't have the army to stop this.
That castle was uncomfortably close to going up.
90%, yeah.
It's like 90%, yeah. The MTC, dude.
Well, hold on. He might choose to fight the units instead of the TC.
Oh, he holds it?
He holds it. Wow.
ACCM. Let's go.
And also big wall from ACCM, so more villagers don't come over. The villagers are on the way from Yo. I mean, if he can get... Dude, if he can get Bracer... Bracer could maybe be enough. Just getting to Imp is so important here.
This castle, if it goes up, it's in such a brutal position. Remember, he is Sicilian, so he only needs a few hits here. Imp is 45 seconds away. That wall was huge from ACCM, and the Knights are running cover, so the villagers can't come in. Yo almost needs to send bills from the north. I think they'd be more likely to complete that castle than these ones from the south.
Wow, Vietnam. Holding on. Nice support from Hope, who's got to be running out of gold soon. He's relocated to another back gold, but they have just enough army every single time. And there goes Yo. Well, still down there. I don't know if they know he's down there. Yeah, looking at ACCM's perspective, dude. Watch Yo, watch Yo somehow complete this.
No, he will. He will. He will, dude. The crosses aren't in the right spot. He went all the way around to complete this castle.
That's insane. I would have never thought that was possible. I would have thought it was foolish to continue to try and commit to this. But there he goes. And castle will complete.
Castle goes up.
And ACCM just completely cut off.
And another castle from Vivi coming forward.
Oh my goodness, dude. Donjon as well from Yo. There's also skirmishers in ACCM's wood line where the Knights are now going to go. Panic TC from ACCM to keep that safe. He does a bracer, but he only has 19 crossbows, and I don't know if 19 crossbows is ever going to be 19 arbalest with how nuked his economy is now. Oh my goodness, man.
He's going to go forward again, but there's not really much you can do over there. You could kill 20 villagers. Doesn't make that big of a difference at this point. You need to get Hope activated in the game.
Yeah. But Hope really needs to reclaim the front of his base. But it's such a pain. There's always towers and some military there. But I mean, I don't know. It's not like Vivi's on the way to Imp. It's not like Yo is on the way to Imp. So they're an age up.
It's such a mess in ACCM's base. I mean, credit to ACCM for saving the villagers he did. He's only lost 15.
Yeah.
He's about to lose more.
He did just put a bunch of vills on stone somewhere so he can eventually get to a castle to make trebs, but he's not going to have trebs for a while. And here comes Vivi.
Tower? Oh.
Vivi might castle the TC spot from ACCM here. He's got enough stone for another.
He's got to be careful, though. There's still crossbows there. Can't get too aggressive with it.
Treadmill crane
now on the way for him. The army from Mystery Yo is coming back to defend against the crossbows from ACCM. They do have Bracer, but there's skirmishers here supporting as well. Should be able to clear this.
Yeah, beautiful job from Yo. And they'll clear it. And towers are going up. I'm hearing random vills from ACCM die as well as we have a donjon on the stone. You just can't breathe. There's too many fortifications. There's a lot of Knights from Hope, though, on Vivi. So Vivi could have some issues here. He needs some support from Yo, maybe. Maybe he needs to stop making so many skirms at this point. Maybe make some crossbows. And ACCM denies one of the towers for now.
The problem for me is that Yo's eco hasn't really been hit in a while. And he's just still pumping Knights, right?
Yeah. Vivi's
also at 88 villagers.
And the towers are going to go up. It's like you got to go damage them. And if you go damage them, you're just going to be tower crept that much more. And it doesn't seem like ACCM is ever going to get to a castle at this rate.
A one villager castle for Vivi.
You know he's loving life right now.
Yeah.
To win the final, one villager castle's crazy. He even has
Counter
more around.
castle for ACCM.
Oh my god. He's building a bunch of towers from Yo, too.
Here come the Knights again from Yo. There's not many crossbows there for ACCM. He's distracted. He's not seeing the villagers dying right now. He's focused on other areas. He's focused on the middle. He's trying to micro against that. He's still not seeing that all of his vills are dying on the gold.
Oh, shoot. I mean, he does get a castle. He does still have a healthy amount of crossbowmen. So maybe now that he can make trebs and his army could give Yo some problems. They've got chances. But Vivi does have a lot of skirms, and he's killing off some units there, and Yo still has the knights too. Oh my goodness. What a slaughter. ACCM's and Hope's eco just looks like a disaster area. And they clear up the crossbows in the back.
Vivi has done such a good job this game.
He's played amazing.
Really, really impressed. Yeah.
And like Vivi plays, I mean, Yo carries well, but Vivi plays the more difficult role, right? Like being the guy to send Vils forward, getting doubled in that coastal forest game, like that stuff is not easy.
The 4th castle on ACCM's face.
Look at the
Mr. Yo.
Well, look at the TC from Vivi as well. He's gonna say, "I live here now."
That's so satisfying and also frustrating, depending on your point of view of this TC. Like, that's where ACCM started with his TC.
Yeah.
That's a get out of my game TC.
That's amazing. I mean, it's one thing to win 4-0 in the final, but it's another thing to be able to completely dominate ACCM to end it. Really well played. Very jealous, right? Imagine how good it feels to be Yo and Vivi right now. Just go in beast mode like this. I think like at least 36 people after watching this are going to load up ranks trying to perform like this, and it's not going to go quite as well. Yeah, sad times. I mean, Hope again. Now, he is on the way to Imp, so he's probably telling ACCM, let me get to Imp. Let me get to Cavalier with Franks. But the eco lead's significant, and ACCM is on the way to being like, defeated right now.
They're doubled up on military, and they're almost doubled up on eco as well.
Yeah.
At this stage.
I don't think Cavalier's going to do enough, right? You've got 8 knights to upgrade, and then there's 22 knights for Yo. Like, Yo could always take that fight. And, yep, that's the end, dude. What a series from China.
Domination. Holy. I mean, we had some really good games in there, especially the Coastal Forest game, but it was just always Vivi distracting and Yo carrying from behind. This game, it was kind of a Vivi carry, to be honest. This game was really, really nice from him.
Yeah, I think the position that Vivi was able to get on Hope was really important here. Because anytime Hope moved out, they could see it, right? And, like, you look at Vivi's vision and map control, it's super strong. And there were also moments where 2 armies came to his base. He was able to still survive. Like, the fact that he gets to 120 vills with this many forward castles and a forward town center is just impressive.
There was that moment early where Vivi hung around with the tower.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think Hope needed to commit a little bit more to killing that. I think they couldn't let him get that position.
I think
he sent like 3 vills forward or something to rush it down, and ACCM moved away with the archers. They microed down the spearmen early.
Yo having the preemptive double dungeon on the back of his base was never something Vietnam expected here. They thought that if he knew about the first one on the farm, so he thought, I can go deny his gold, I can get in. And while ACCM still did a really good job, I think when he got there and saw that Yo was pretty much defended, he probably wished he would have been with Hope, preventing Vivi from expanding forward with future towers. But yeah, it was a LingHe Invitational. So it was a Chinese sponsor invitational. It was invited all the Asian teams, and they worked their way through them and win the final. So
all the Asian players. It was really fun. There was some really cool teams. Like Daniel and Jibbatong on a team together was kind of wild.
I didn't see any of those games. I'm really curious how that went.
Yeah. Daniel and Jibbatong, I think they had a 3-hour best of 5. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember who they
maybe I was in group stage.
Against.
I saw they lost to Vietnam, but maybe in the group stage they had that really long one.
Yeah, they were TL2,
against Tag,
right?
Against Tag, maybe.
Yes, that was a really good set. Z40 and Sorikuma played very well together. Dragon Star and Cosmonaut played very well together.
They looked good, dude. They looked really good. The series they played against Juan Love and Bad Koala was amazing. Also,
Juan LV, he was so good as well. He's a beast, man.
He's good. He barely plays.
Much of him, yeah.
He'll just show up and start actively playing again, and the dude's 2K5. and then he's gone for. So I don't know exactly much more about him, but he's a really good player. And yeah, Hope and ACCM obviously lose the final, but they had a good tournament as well. It looks like they were pretty far ahead in their group, and as well in the playoffs. The only team that could meet them was China. So, GG's.